you must stop doing this one habit we've all been conditioned to do. And this one habit is putting a kink in your hose and stopping you from being in the receivership of your good, of your desires. This one habit, when you stop doing it and do the other thing I'm about to suggest to you in this video today, game over. You are going to become a runaway train for your good to come into your life. Hello everyone, it's Tanya Pluckers here from Rich Results Mindsets. Look, I'm the lady that's all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. And today I want to share with you this one habit that I recently became aware of that is a disservice. It's a real disservice for me being in the receivership of my good. And this one habit I've been doing for years. And I know that we've all been conditioned or programmed to do this habit, but it actually stops us from receiving. And this one habit I'm talking about is people pleasing. People pleasing actually puts a kink in our hose for us to be in the receivership of our good, because people pleasing has been conditioned inside of us to be the good little girl or the good man and do the right thing by people, places and things. But of course, every time we people please, really, it looks like generosity. It feels like kindness. We all get a high when we go and say yes to something, when our soul inside of us is screaming and saying no. And how many of us, I know in particular women, are often overloading themselves with so many things because they cannot own their no. They just can't own their no. And so they get a high. Well, I used to get a high in saying yes to so many people, places and things or opportunities. And then I would do that thing absolutely exhausted. And so I really wasn't present when I said yes to something. I wasn't really present. In fact, on some occasions, I was seething with resentment because I didn't really want to be there because I was exhausted. Yet my conditioning or old self-image was saying, be the good little girl, just do this once, come on, it'll be over before you know it. And of course, when you people please, you're such a disservice not only to yourself but others. And really, people pleasing is all about the fear of abandonment. It's about the fear of rejection. It's about the fear of not being liked. But let me ask you this, how many times have you people pleased, but it's never ever helped you feel more secure, more true to yourself? In fact, it goes against being true to yourself, your higher self. And your higher self, I believe, is our God self. Our God self is always wanting us to, be in the receivership of our good. But we have to do our part. And our part is to own our no. And often we cannot hear that no. We cannot hear that still voice saying, don't do it. Don't say yes to that outing on Friday night. Don't say yes to picking up the phone at 8 o'clock at night to help someone. And usually it's someone who loves to take up your precious time when you should be asleep, whinging and complaining about something. And so the people pleasing, it's a habit. And when you break this habit, what happens is you start to manifest more money, more golden opportunities, more abundance into your life because you're saying no to the lesser, and really saying to the universe, I deserve better. Every time we don't own our no, what we're really saying, and when we say yes to things we don't really want to do, we are saying to the universe, I don't count. I don't matter. What I want doesn't really matter. Oh, what's the point? It doesn't really matter. Look, I'll go and say yes to this. And we get a high for a moment, but then we seethe with resentment for hours and hours after we've said yes. So you might as well own your no in the beginning and not worry about the fear of being rejected, the fear of not being liked, the fear of abandonment. And that is really the root thing that we are trying to prevent, is this deep self-centered fear of these anomalies, okay? But in the end, when you think about it, did any of the yeses you said help you feel more secure? Did they help you feel more safe? Did they give you peace of mind? No, if you honestly answered yourself correctly. So break the habit of the people pleasing. Own your no. And the quickest way to own your no is when someone asks you, can you do A, B, or C? Then I highly recommend you pause first. And that pause, you're allowed to have 24 hours. And then I often say, thank you. Thank you so much for thinking of me. You know, let me get back to you. I need to really think about it. I've got a few things on my plate. Let me get back to you. And so what I'm doing is I'm buying time. I'm buying time to allow the pause. And the pause allows the space for my higher self to step in and help me make that decision about whether I want to do it or not. And often when I have the pause, I'm able to get centered again and really be truthful to my higher self. And of course, often the answer is no more than yes. And no can be a sentence. You don't have to justify why you're saying no. Just say no. I've got too many things on my plate. No, no, no. So I'm hoping this video has resonated with you. Break this habit. When you break this habit, you really allow the universe then to bring in your good. But you've got to do your part. You've got to do the footwork, and you go first, as I say, and then the universe will follow. So you go first, own your no more often, and watch what happens with your manifestations. So if this has resonated with you, then please leave your comments below. And I've got a plethora of videos for you to watch, with plenty coming out each week. So please consider subscribing. I would love that, because I'm all about helping you master this piece of equipment that God has given each and every one of us, but we've never really been shown how to master it. And I'm all about teaching you how to master your mind so you can master your life. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.